I inherently know my oral history from my grandparents who told us about African people. And it's not a whitewashed history. It's not any of that. My Native American culture really honors Black people. So there's lots to go to that, but the forefront and what I really want to say about is that our practices are not centered in Western ideology and therapy and all the things. Now, therapy is a part of it, and it's not the end all be all. And so there are a lot of traditional practices that are within my personal culture that should be implemented and shared with Black African American people because it's getting back to the roots of who we are. And when we know and understand who we are, then we can do better in life. So I can go down a whole rabbit hole about that, but yeah, we are one.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the World's Greatest Podcast. Today, I have a phenomenal guest with me. She's here to share some great information with you guys. You need to check this out. Amazing work. How are you doing today? Help me pronounce your name correctly. It's not here before I try to butcher it.
Yeah, no worries. My name is Roicia.
Roicia. Oh, okay, simple enough. Now, once you say it, and then I hear it, like, okay, Roicia, easy enough.
Usually with Black folks, I gotta be like Moesha, and then with Latino or Hispanic folks, I gotta be like Alicia because of the way it's spelled. But once you hear it once, you won't forget.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Thank you for reaching out and making the connection with us. And your organization that you're doing is very inspiring. We were just chatting a little bit before we got live here about kind of how mental health is sort of a buzz thing these days. And I there's so much more to mental health now, I feel, than just actually speaking about it. It's like, what are we doing? What are the actionables? What are we doing in the community?
Yes.
So when you came across my emails, I was like, oh yeah, let's talk about it and see what we got going on. But I love to start with kind of who you are, and then what got you into doing this type of work.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for having me. First off, I'll share that. Thank you so much for having me and allowing me to share on your platform. My name is Roicia Hampton. I am born and raised in Arizona. I recently relocated to Charlotte, North Carolina. I am Afro Indigenous, and so my homelands are in Arizona, and I associate Arizona as my home.
Yeah.
I am a master social worker. I've been a social worker for almost 15 years now, and within that time frame, I have been in hundreds of living rooms and have visited with parents and had families and assistants and did a lot of different work around child welfare and mental health. And more recently, I was on the board of the YWCA about 7 years ago, and I was selected to be on a national cohort. And I ended up in New Orleans at a conference called Power Rising, and at this conference, it was a bunch of Black women. Everybody at the time, Kamala Harris was a senator. We had Stacey Abrams there. It was just a bunch of Black women doing amazing things around the United States, all coming together in this space for
Mhm.
4 days. While we were there, on Sunday, there was like a brunch and they were playing Beyonce, and it was so great. It was so amazing. And then we all kind of cooled down to get to the word.
Yeah.
And at this point, the pastor was talking about the story about Tamar and having been raped and discussing sexual abuse and what that looks like and who's going to cry for Tamar. I'm not joking when I say 10 minutes from us having a great time and Beyonce and all the things, and I turn around and I see 500, 600 women weeping, crying, screaming, adult women having moments of just release and healing. I said there was something significantly wrong with that picture. I remember it like yesterday. And so in that moment, I got inspired to create safe spaces for Black women because Black women are the pillars of the community. And so if we can teach each other, heal each other, teach without bias. And so I only accept Black psychologists, Black therapists, and Black
Mhm.
psychiatrists to come and teach about the uh, different health impacts that are disproportionately impacting Black women.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of been the rhythm of Social Roots Foundation and really trying to curate these safe spaces for us to have these conversations because I, as a social worker, can pinpoint exactly what has happened in each family to kind of um, break it down and dismantle the family system. And so, my hope is that with the education of mental health in the Black community being shared, being unlearned, being taught, being inspired, and being empowered is really at the core of our healing. And if we can do that with ourselves, we can do that with our men, can do that with our children, and in turn have healthy, functioning
Yeah.
citizens of society, but also healthy families.
Yeah. I love that. There's one thing I do love about what you mentioned is that it's African American women and Native women. For me and my research is one and the same.
Yes.
Just because who's here first? Let's not get into conspiracy talk, but follow my other podcast for that. Um,
Uh, we can go because I've been all down all the rabbit holes.
yeah, yeah.
We are indigenous, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. And having more control of our narrative now in this information age and being able to share what we've found, the research we found and our truths
Mhm.
is very important. And I just love that you're connecting African American and Native women. So
Yeah,
that's
thank you. And I almost just want to like go ahead and say it. Like we are family.
yeah, yeah,
Are one in the same, and I say that because I know I'm a part of both communities. I inherently know my oral history from my grandparents who told us about
mhm,
African people,
yeah,
and it's not a whitewash history. It's not any of that. My Native American culture really honors Black people. So there's a lot to go to that, but the forefront and what I really want to say about is that our practices are not centered in Western ideology and therapy and all the things. Now, therapy is a part of it, and it's not the end all be all. And so there are a lot of traditional practices that are within my personal culture that should be implemented and shared with Black African American people because it's getting back to the roots of who we are. And when we
yeah.
know and understand who we are, then we can do better in life. So I can go down a whole rabbit hole about that, but yes, we are one.
Yes, yes, beautiful. So, the scholarship, what are the eligibility criteria for the scholarships you offer? How can someone apply to these scholarships?
Yeah. So the Social Roots Foundation has about four, I believe we're ready for four this year, $1,500 scholarships. Two are going to be disseminated to African American women. The other two are going to be for Native American women. And specifically, both holding a 3.5 GPA. Must be a senior in high school or already in an undergraduate or a graduate program, and you must identify being a female. And that as a requirement, specifically African American people, but more so the language with identifying as female, because in Native American communities we identify two spirit as. So I want to be inclusive to that concept as well. But we do have four $1,500 scholarships for those who are pursuing careers in the mental and behavioral health fields. So that can include psychology, social work, kinesiology. Really, the idea is whatever health related kind of career that you want to pursue, we want to support you. We want to not only provide financial assistance, but also be a resource to you as well.
Okay, awesome. And, to apply, do they go to the website?
Yeah, it's a very easy Google form, socialrootsfoundation.org. You can go onto the landing page, you can see what's up, you can go on, to the programs, listed scholarship, and it is a simple, very easy, very easy application, and that is on purpose. So we
Nice.
mostly just want to uh, help the people, and we don't need to like harp on like the trauma that we had
Yeah.
to endure to get to college. And so it's just a very easy process, and we're just doing it to support our community.
Awesome. And I'm gonna make it easier for you guys because I'm gonna have it in the description. So click the
Yay.
link to the website and then apply if you
Thank you.
qualify. Miss Attitude with an exclamation. Are you Miss Attitude or that is the name of the program or
Yeah, I think I used to be a Miss Attitude, actually. Miss Attitude is our newest program, and I'm so excited to launch this August. Applications are opening now. And so what Miss Attitude is a 9-month leadership wellness cohort. It includes a mentor as well. And like I said, this is directed towards African American women who are ages 16 to 24 years old, located in Phoenix, Arizona, Maricopa County. And the reason being is because although this is an online wellness cohort, we're going to have you paired up with a mentor who is in the community, who is actively doing their own advocacy. And so we are going to be pairing each other by interest. And so that also is available online, socialrootsfoundation.org. It is in a Google form as well, very simple to apply. And each month within this wellness cohort, we're going to be discussing different topics. Um, Again, as I said, as a social worker, there are just some things that I have identified that we need to really focus on in our communities. And each of those topics will be discussed from month to month. They'll change. So, emotional intelligence is one, financial literacy is another. We will have a graduation in May, an in-person graduation, May 2026 at the University of Phoenix, and it's gonna be a time. So, where this is a very limited cohort, we're only accepting 10 to 15 young ladies, and so, get your applications in.
awesome. And who is an ideal candidate to participate in the cohort? Who are you looking forward to getting involved in that and apply?
Yeah, thanks so much for asking that. That's actually very good question. So, although there is space for the ladies who are actively involved and actively pursuing, you might be involved in your local church, that sort of thing. We want you to apply. There is space for you. There's just not 15 spaces for you because we want to be able to leave room for the sisters who may not have as many resources and networks as you. And so this can range from your average Black young woman who is in high school, turning 16 years old, needs some assistance with self esteem, all the way into, hey, I'm in undergrad, I'm struggling, I really need to find network and mentors. And so there's a spectrum that we're hoping to get in the pool, but if that sounds like something that interests you, I urge you to apply, even if you don't know. And we also have an information session on April 25th. You can find the information on the socialrootsfoundation.org website, and
Oh,
I will be able to cover a little bit more in detail at that time.
oh, awesome. Last thing here, how can we, the community, get behind your organization? How can we direct professionals? Or like how do they engage with you to make donations, create partnerships with you, and even volunteer?
Yeah, excellent questions. And so the first thing I will say is we have all of that information on our website, socialrootsfoundation.org. If you are interested in being in a partner and a partnership, because we are opening up the Social Roots Foundation program as attitude to local partnerships that help collaborate. We were awarded a grant from the Arizona Community Foundation. However, the grant is limited. And so we are encouraging different partnerships to kind of give services or donations or their time. Like I said, we have a graduation coming up. If somebody makes balloons and wants to be able to like donate, their balloon setting or services, photography, videography, there are different elements that we would love to be able to partner with you because it doesn't meet our budget. So again, if that interests you, you can email me, Roicia at socialrootsllc.org, and I'll be happy to connect with you.
Okay, awesome. Did you have anything else that you wanted to share or?
Yeah, and I don't know if I said I'm born and raised in Arizona, but I actually live in Charlotte, North Carolina. And so the Social Roots Foundation is based in Arizona, and I have an office in Charlotte, North Carolina, and so I wanna specify that.
Okay.
And, the meaning for the online wellness leadership cohort is because we have also found that it's easier for young people to connect online and create community online, just given that the access, um we kind of eliminate a lot of those barriers. And so, whether or not I'm here in Charlotte or I'm in Phoenix from time to time, we're able to connect because different systems like this, like we went through COVID and we understood what that did to us, and so now we're
Yeah.
able to be versatile. But yes,
If you have anything in Phoenix coming up, I would love to participate. So please let me know. I have photography skills, videography skills. If you guys need that,
yes,
just whatever resource I can contribute. So
yes, thank
keep
you,
me
yes.
in the loop there.
I also should add that the expectation with that is, with the cohort is we want our young women to be not only leaders that have high emotional intelligence who are able to regulate themselves, but
Yeah.
we also want them to be ready. So, like, career readiness. That means we need photographers. So one of the things they're going to be walking away with is um, oh my gosh, a headshot, a professional headshot.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So I have been doing the scholarship thing for a minute, and none of the women who get it are able to give me a professional headshot. And so I was
Yeah.
like, I think this is something that they need. And so we're really just trying to create you to be ready, set, go, and be a great leader in the community and change lives.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Thank you for tapping in here with us and sharing this information. Everyone, make sure you click on the links there to go to her website. Make sure you see what they have going on. Apply if you are a candidate for those offerings. And yeah, I really appreciate you. Thank you for
Yes.
tapping in
Thank you
here.
so much. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for your homework and your questions. I thought that they were very thoughtful and valuable to this conversation. So I hope that you have a great evening.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for watching the podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and come back for more episodes.